Good morning, guys. Hope you're having a great day. Uh, well, not bad at my stock life, right? Been doing a lot of great stuff lately, no matter what the market, but we're always figuring out plays, right? And yesterday, obviously, ATVI, what a trade, man. I mean, what a trade in the house. Amazing. Congrats to you one more time. And people that have caught the trade. So today I'll go over SOFI a little bit, right? SOFI Tech. But first, let's go over the indices. And just want to give you guys some information heading into tomorrow and Friday, just so that you're a little prepared. On the left, I have the SPX 15-minute chart. On the right, I got the SPY daily chart. All right. So on the right, SPY, if we look at it, if we zoom out, right? I mean, if I just simply just zoom out a little bit on the right, it's a nice little uptrend. All right, it's a nice little uptrend. But however, if you've got some good eyes, you can see that we have a little top-ish pattern right here where they went up, sold right back off, and we came to a major support level, and we're below the 50 MA on SPY, the daily. All right, and then we're a little away from the 200 DMA. I do believe that we're going to touch the 200 MA in the coming days and weeks sometime soon. So let's see when that happens. All right, but for now, SPY, nice little uptrend, is holding well. And I'll go over the SPX levels, what exactly needs to happen, and then you can just copy that for the SPY because they will move similar. All right, so it's SPX, I got the 15-minute chart. I'm going to go over some strikes. We still have large negative gamma. Negative gamma usually means there's a high volatility. If you want to understand the negative delta in more details, I highly suggest you put some work into it, right? That's when a lot of puts have been sold, right? The gamma's negative, it moves closer to $1, and there's a lot of buying and selling that goes on that causes volatility in the markets. All right, when somebody sells a put to the market makers, when they sell puts and then the market goes lower, they also have to buy the stock back as well, right? So negative gamma usually has to do with that. But overall, a high volatility. But please do research negative gamma. You need to put that work in. It's going to take you some time to understand before you finally get a hang of it, what exactly it means. All right. We have resistance. So here, I'll just take these numbers out. So today we have resistance at 4,600, followed by 4,650, and then we have 4,700. All right. And then support at 4,569 and 45.19. So numbers are pretty much the same from yesterday. A little changed, not too much. All right. SPX on the 15-minute, it looks great. I think we're going to chop around the $4,600 level. The 4,600 is the heaviest gamma strike, right, for calls and puts, which is letting us know already that on Friday, 4,600 might be the pin level, right? So if you're playing long or short SPY, and if it's trading near 4,600, catch the day trades. I would not look for a directional move because I think 4,600 might be pinned here. All right, because if I go on IWM also, if I go on the daily on IWM, they did break the lows, and the chart looks absolutely disgusting, ugly. But I don't think we get the major flush right away. They might also pin this near the lows here as well, so there might be less on indices. However, the single stocks may underperform. These are all the notes that I take every morning, guys. I actually write a lot of things down, right? Single stocks may underperform while indices may hold. All right, so that's something that you guys want to keep an eye out on. So indices might hold because if the energy sector is strong, S&P is not going to fall, right? But some tech names might fall. If tech is strong, energy is falling, S&P is going to hold. But there will be single stocks in the market that will go up and down. A lot of volatility that you can see, okay? And so SOFI, let's go. So first I'll go over Qs as well. Tech is the same thing, right? A nice little sell-off near the lows. We might bounce today, hold green, but that's how the downtrends happen. They go down fast, then there will be a nice relief bounce, then settle, and then a huge dive. For example, if I was to go over the SE chart, is a perfect example. I'm not saying this is going to happen with big tech. I don't think so. I mean, but we might get something similar in the upper range, obviously, right? So basically what happens is they will sell off a nice little bounce, right? A relief bounce, people get excited, and then boom, a big sell-off. A nice little bounce, and then boom, a faster, bigger sell-off, and then it might hold at a certain strong support, then boom, sell-off. A bounce, and then boom, a bigger sell-off, right? A nice little downtrend pattern, right? Same with PayPal, they did. Same with Square, they did. All right. So it's not over yet. There's a lot more to happen in the coming weeks. But the only thing here is we have tech earnings, and big earnings coming. They're starting off with Netflix this week, and then we got all of FANG, right? And let's see how they perform, how the market holds up. And So let's go over SoFi first, and then we'll go over the banks as well. Then I'll go over some crypto charts. SoFi, finally, first of all, what exactly is SoFi Tech, guys? Is a financial service company. They provide student loan refinancing, private student loans, personal loans, auto loans, home, mortgage, investments, anything basically what a big bank does. And finally, they got the approval, and of course, it's good news for them, right? They can now expand their business and maybe be able to do more things and whatnot. However, for now, we're here near the, when the IPO took off, we're near the support here at 12. Today is gapping up. Does it run all day? I don't know. I really don't know what it's going to do. But SoFi, all I can tell you one thing, if we hold this zone $14 for 1-2 days and we flag, there's a good chance this goes towards 17 bucks. For me, if I was to play SoFi, personally, I would go 3 to 4 months out and I will do strangles on it. I think from here, from $14, we might get that $3 directional move. We might get 17 or even 11 bucks or even the all-time lows again. Just because it is becoming a bank does not mean it's gonna go up, right? I mean, don't follow the news. Sometimes the news are sell the news. If it fades all day, watch out. They might even bring it down to 10 bucks. Know the downside levels always. It broke a very strong key support level here in the last week. All right. So SoFi, the best way to play this, I'll write this down here for you guys, is I would go 3 to 4 months out because the options are cheaper. I would probably do a strangle play on it. All right. Maybe 17 calls and $11 puts. That's what I would do if they're fairly priced, and one of them is likely to more than double, leaving you with profits, while the other put or call will still hold value. All right, that's how I would play SoFi. And obviously you want to see the pricing on these, how much they're going for, intrinsic value and whatnot. Because of this gap up, calls will be expensive. So you want this to settle for 1-2 days and see what exactly it does. All right, so that's SoFi. Moderna and Pfizer has some comments from the South African authorities. They said that the booster does not block Omicron, all right, the new virus, or whatever all these names that they're coming up with now. And Moderna has given up a lot of gains. And if I was to put Pfizer right beside this, Pfizer have similar fate as Moderna now, right? This is a Pfizer chart. So if I remove all my drawings, we got Moderna right here. Pfizer currently on the Moderna phase is roughly around here. If we look at it, this is Pfizer right now currently at this stage. Does Pfizer also follow the similar path and comes back to this $44 level, right? Although I think Pfizer is a much stronger company than Moderna in my opinion, right? They have a lot more products and whatnot. I think they will be okay. But Moderna, if it fails this support, we have this zone right here all the way towards 150, and it's not too far. And it will likely happen fast if anything. And here, when we recommended the strangles, if anybody bought the strangles in this zone right here, there's one directional move. Those strangles are probably up 200 to 300%. Bucky and I were speaking about this on voice chat. So if anybody did buy them or got them in, congrats, you're up huge on your strangles, right? Now those strangles must have gone from 8-9 bucks to at least 25-30 bucks here. All right, so that's that. And now NVDA. The reason I bought NVIDIA strangles because I was unsure of the move. I don't care if Palsy bought call her what she did, right? She does not have to be right all the time. This is almost a $700-800 billion company. But all my theory behind this was if ASML by any chance flushes big and the market is red, NVIDIA was going to be down 20 points today. I can bet you guys. Today the market is gapping up a little bit. It's going to hold. This is strong support on NVIDIA, so it might not even do nothing for 1-2 days. It might actually stall here at this zone around 260. We might get 270. It might come back to 260, hold 257. But eventually that $10 move to one direction is going to come on NVIDIA sometime by Monday or Tuesday in my opinion. If I get 270 or 250 this week before that, our strangles will be up huge. They'll be up nice and I'll take my exit. I'll take my profits. But for now, ASML, their earnings were okay, nothing great. They were good, right? Guidance was okay. The growth is good, but the gap up is not as much as it should have been. Right, the market just, it looks like a relief bounce. If ASML fades all day, or even if it holds gains all day today and tomorrow it fades and it goes red, that's a major red flag for the chip sector. Watch out, chips ran a lot, then that's likely a top for a little bit, right? So you don't want to be long, you want to be careful. And if you're going long these names, right, I know some people in MSL, right? I went both ways, long, short, I don't care. I went strangle. LB made a great call on NVIDIA. He's done his research, so he usually knows why he's betting it. But again, he knows how to position size his account. If he has, just for an example, if I have $100, I know that from 100, I'm only going to put $1 into my trade, right? But some of you, from 100, you're going to end up putting 5 or 10, right? While this one might not work, that's 1% hit, but you will probably, other person might take 5 to 10% hit. Right, so it all comes down to your position sizing, and if you win, right? You will be rewarded higher, but then again, you were risking more, and he will be rewarded according to his size. So he's a very, he's a professional when it comes to these things. And anyone, any call anybody makes in the group, doesn't matter me, like doesn't matter who it is, position sizing has to be the key, and you have to do the right position sizing. All right, with the right position sizing, and if you're doing your research, you will be on the winning edge. All right, and trust me, you will hit trades eventually. Eventually, you will hit trades. The big trades will happen on and so. All right, and Google, we had the puts at these, and we got that 2750. We're holding. We have a nice little bounce. I want to see how Google does today. Maybe by the end of the day, I might grab some more puts on it. All right, because these bounces usually are opportunities for people that want to go short the market, or that think that there's more downside left. Right, it's a blessing for us usually. I'm not gonna jump in right away. I'm gonna see what to do, or maybe I might do a strangle at the end of the day if Google does not move too much. Why? Because yesterday we had a small move, and today if we have another smaller move, then I'm expecting a bigger move towards Friday. All right, this Friday OPEX, LB has also gone over this. Is one of the biggest options expiries. So keep an eye, we might have some volatility, and Gamma report also suggests that we have, sorry guys, that there's a lot of volatility that we're expecting. So keep an eye on that. Tesla on Friday, we nailed a lot of strangles. On Friday on this big move, we nailed a lot. And here, yesterday it went up, and then Bucky called the top right here. We trade live on voice chat, by the way, guys. We're live on voice chat instantly right away, and most of the time you can get entries less than us. All right, and Bucky called the top right here that he wants to grab puts. I think he did. He nailed it. I missed my entry. I did not chase them. And Tesla, if it holds above 1050 today and it builds a little flag here, I might grab some spreads or iron condors. So I'll play to the upside and to the downside. Tesla's been holding well. Don't forget 1070 number. If you've been following us for the last few months, 1070 is a magnet. This was given to you right here on this run. You can go back to our pre-market. It was mentioned, it was given to you over and over. 10,070 is now a magnet for Tesla. And what do I mean by magnet? It dances around this zone. And what's happening? That's exactly what's happening. If you are options strategy person, you could have sold all the premiums upside, downside, and made a lot of money off those comments, right? So, and again, 1070 is right there. It's a magnet level. It's gonna stay here for a while until this pattern is broken. Then we'll have a newer level. All right. And any other ticker, just type them in, guys. I'll go over Facebook. I know some of you guys trade Facebooks. Again, Facebook gave up some gains. Chart looks a little weak now. We have this bounce. We might go visit 330, 334. Around this 335 area, if we do visit, I would personally short Facebook and look for more downside. I see weakness in this name. And Bank of America, they had their earnings. They're up pre-market. Is likely, I think, is going to fill the gap to the upside towards 48.76. We might even be green on banks today. Who knows? But if these banks give up gains in the coming days, they're probably going to likely visit much lower. Goldman Sachs is now leading to the downside. All right, Goldman Sachs, if I go on Goldman Sachs, is now leading to the downside. The only thing I see here is a nice little support zone, right? Do we hold? Does XLF show more continuation? If we hold, Goldman Sachs can probably fill these gaps, and we can probably see much higher. So if I go on the XLF sector overall, we did break out of this box. We retested, consolidated, we broke out. Now it's back again here, right? So it's very confusing to play this overall. We need a nice little strong breakout and hold. XLF is simple. We need above $41 here. It's gonna fill the gap, I think. We need above 41. If we hold above 41, a solid hold, we will probably see more upside on banks, right? JPM also big sell-off like Goldman Sachs now at critical support. Do we reverse from here? Let's see. Personally, I'm not gonna rush, but be careful catching these bounces because they're very deceiving. Trust me, they can easily bounce the banks here, and then boom, a huge red day tomorrow. It can happen. All right. And Microsoft, I'll give you guys this number. Write this down, print it out. The day Microsoft gets 334, it's a good short for a quick play. All right, I don't know if it's gonna happen soon or when, but if it gets 334 this zone, go ahead, play puts. I think it'll be a great short. You'll catch the $5-6 move to the downside. You can make the money. Now Microsoft here is simple. As soon as we break 300 and we hold under 300, first there will be a bounce. It's a psychological level. There's strong support here. There's no doubt. They might even consolidate it here for a week or two. And we do have earnings on Microsoft next week, right? So earnings, if we get a gap up on earnings and it fades, I'll look to play puts on Microsoft again. But now Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, these names, I want to wait until earnings and then play them. Until earnings, they're not going to do much. They're probably not going to move that much. Unless you catch that directional move, fine. But otherwise, earnings is when the action is going to come in. KWEB. I'll give you guys one tip on Chinese name. KWEB, if it gets $40 hold, Chinese names back in play. Right, KWEB, but wait till KWEB is an ETF. It holds some strong names, Baidu, PDD, Baba, they're Tencent, they're all in here. So $40 hold on KWEB will show some strength, and likely Chinese name might be back in play. They're gonna throw some news out regarding their policies, ease and whatnot, and we might get a little run in the Chinese name for a limited time. Baba again, it needs about 130 hold, right? It's been holding this base strong, and we just need to go get out of this zone, right? From long term, we just need to break this trend line, obviously, hold about 130, go towards 160, and that will give some confirmation, right? And then we'll get our target to 140 plus. Fubo, I don't know what news are on Fubo, but I'll quickly go over this chart. Ugly chart. I don't know why even play this name. Why play a name like that goes from 10 to 56 back to 30, 56. I mean, this is a gambler's stock. This is a casino stock, right? That's what I would call it. There's no consistency here. All right. And here I even have a note here. Personally, I avoid such charts unless informative of some news catalyst. Right. So if you know anything, then you can play it. But here, this chart was from before, right? I think from December 28th. If we cannot get a 20 hold, it's probably going to see much lower, and that's exactly what happened, right? Potential breakdown target, it fills 50 weekly MA, so it's right here in this zone. I'd avoid it. Why even play charts like this, right? Jumia sold off a lot, right? It needs above 1250. Above 1250, we can see a move. Until then there's nothing to it. It looks something like Tilray to me, right? You can probably see $7, $8, even $6, man. These companies, they've absolutely destroyed. If you're not making good money, if you're not impressive, if you don't have dominant share in the market, they're simply punishing you. It doesn't matter who you are. So it's good to go long on those names sometimes, buy equity. If you've done your DD, if you've done some fundamental research on them, you can buy long equity. But options right now, going long, be careful. I do have Jumia long options myself for 2023, but I'm not going to average down right now because they can kill their stock for another 2-3 months. They can just keep it sideways, right? So maybe later on in the year, I'll look to add a different position, but I want to see some strength before I do it. I just don't want to buy just because it's at the bottom. That's not a good excuse, right? And my mouse just ran out of batteries. But anyways, so guys, this is it. Just manage well. If you're not in our premium, we're live on voice chat. We give live commentary on voice chat all day, right? When it's quiet, it means relax, right? Not much going on in the markets. There's no reason to force anything. And just be patient. Trades will come, and trade well. I'll see you guys back in the chat. Thank you.